Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And we're following that breaking news now at noon from Livonia. That's where a second doctor has been arrested and accused of participating in the female genital mutilation of girls at a clinic in that city. Dr. Fakhruddin Attar and his wife were both taken into custody this morning. Dr. Attar owns the Burhani Medical Clinic on Farmington Road in Livonia, and that's where we find our Sean Lay joining us live now this afternoon. Sean, what do we know about this doctor and his involvement, his alleged involvement in this case?
Let's get right to it. Here we are, a very quiet clinic here, but neighbors on either side saying they discovered and thought it was odd the hours that this clinic was keeping, and now we know what the feds now are alleging. Let's show you and talk about Dr. Fakhruddin Attar. He's 53 years old. Fakhruddin Attar, 53 years old. His wife is 50. Her name is Frida Attar, both from Livonia, Michigan, here living here, charged with conspiring and performing female genital mutilation right at this clinic. The clinic is called Burhani Clinic. Burhani Clinic right here in Livonia on Farmington Road. Now, here's what the feds are telling us at this noon hour. That girls, young girls, as young as 6 to 8 years old, were brought in here, many brought by their parents in from out of state for this excruciating and traumatizing procedure of removing or cutting off portions of the girl's reproductive system. That is female genital mutilation, human rights violation all over the world, and certainly against federal law here in the U.S. The doctor and wife, they're accused of conspiring now with performing these procedures on little girls with another doctor that we told you about last week that's now suspended, Henry Ford Hospital emergency room doctor Jumana Nagawala. Now, federal investigators, they're detailing meetings here between all three, the husband, wife, and Dr. Nagawala, here in the parking lot in different times. And then the delivery of children.
And we do apologize for the technical difficulties there. We're going to have more on that doctor and the charges against him coming up a little bit later on Local 4 News, first at 4, as well as on clickondetroit.com. Also breaking this afternoon, a Michigan State University football player has just been charged with sexual assault. The Ingham County Prosecutor's Office has charged 19-year-old Austin Robertson, who you see pictured here, with third-degree criminal sexual conduct. The charges stem from an incident reported on April 9th in Meridian Township. Robertson was suspended from the team after these allegations and accusations. This is separate, though, from the sexual assault case that led to 3 other Michigan State players being suspended. Also developing this afternoon, a federal judge has just ordered Volkswagen to pay $2.8 billion for cheating U.S. diesel emissions tests. Let's get right on over to business editor Rod Maloney. He's joining us live from outside of federal court. Rod?
Yeah, you know, Evrod, here's the thing. Judge Cox took about a month to pay attention to this case. It was about a month ago that Volkswagen actually made its guilty plea, and the plan at the time was to plead guilty, get a guilty plea in there, get sentenced, and go home. That's what they wanted to have happen. But Judge Cox said no. He wanted to spend some time and really go over this plea bargain to see if the penalty was, in fact, the right penalty. And in the end, he decided it was. Volkswagen admits it cheated the test, the EPA requirements for emission standards. The company figured out early on its new diesel engines couldn't make the EPA grade. So its engineers programmed the engine computers to make the engines pass that test when the monitors were plugged into the car. Otherwise, the car spewed illegally high emissions and did so for 10 years. The company agreed to buy back these cars and has been storing them in the Silverdome parking lot for some time now. In its plea bargain today, Volkswagen agreed in a guilty plea to pay the near $3 billion fine in the next 10 days, face 3 years of probation with a government monitor embedded in the company to watch over the changes in the company, and because of the billions in civil and punitive damages the government already imposed, Judge Cox decided restitution was unwarranted. Volkswagen General Counsel Manfred Doss read a statement in court today and apologized to the public and its customers. He said, quote, "Plain and simple, it was wrong. The misconduct is not consistent with the values of the corporation. We are determined nothing like this ever happens again and to make things right. We are implementing reforms by changing structure, systems, and personnel. We have made significant strides with much more to do. Volkswagen is not the same company that it was 10 years ago," end quote. Now, Judge Sean Cox had a lot to say about Volkswagen, about this case, about corporate greed. We'll have that for you coming up on Local 4 News at 5. Evrod, back to you.
So, Rod, do we know who the corporate monitor is going to be yet?
Yes, they named him in court today. His name is Larry Thompson. He's a former deputy attorney general, and he's also the former corporation counsel at Pepsi. And so what they're saying is that because he has experience both in major corporations and with the federal government, he's the perfect person to be there and watch over Volkswagen as they change out a lot of the people and the processes that they had that got them to this place.
All righty. Rod Maloney reporting live for us this afternoon. Ron, thank you. Now we want to get to new information about a case involving the drowning death of an East Point High School student from back in 2013. A Michigan appeals court reinstated an involuntary manslaughter charge against former teacher Jonathan Sales. Sales was charged after 14-year-old Kier Swift drowned during a swim class at East Detroit High School. Sales was a lifeguard. The charge was thrown out in 2015, but the court now says Sales was grossly negligent in failing to assist that student while he was struggling in the pool. Turning to good health now, the second case of measles has been confirmed here in Michigan. The Department of Health and Human Services also wants to inform people in Wayne County about possible exposure to the virus. Anyone who was at the Early Bird Cafe on East Main Street in Northville on April 8th between 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. might have been exposed to measles. You're being asked to monitor your health for 21 days or until April 29th. The exposure is not a food-related issue at the restaurant. In that case, involved a customer and not an employee. Well, we are looking at a cloudy but dry afternoon as we head into the weekend. Meteorologist Paul Gross in for Brandon Rue this afternoon. Paul, a big difference to the day that we had yesterday, huh?
Absolutely, and we have a lot of cloud cover, but there have been some breaks in the cloud cover, and temperatures are not really responding that quickly because of the cloud cover and the cold air coming in, but we're starting to creep up a little bit. 50 at Metro, 51 in Mount Clemens, 48 in Port Huron, 51 in Monroe, and check this out. New imagery. This is still called experimental, but this is the new GOES 16 satellite. Look at the incredible resolution on this cloud cover here. You can actually see individual breaks in the overcast. This is just remarkable stuff. I have to tell you, this is not just eye candy for meteorologists. There is a lot of data that's going to come from this satellite that will almost revolutionize weather forecasting with all sorts of powerful new data. So through the afternoon, we're going to just keep it mostly cloudy, meaning there'll be breaks of sun. Temperatures only climbing a couple 3-4 degrees at best through the afternoon, but we have a weekend to talk about and also a meteor shower to talk about this weekend. We'll have all the details just ahead, Evrod.
Alrighty, we will be checking back in with you, Paul, in just a few. Still ahead here at noon, a high school teacher is under fire for her bathroom passes. We'll tell you what she wrote on them that has students so upset. Plus, she was kidnapped by her teacher and taken to California. And now the family of a 15-year-old girl upset and opening up after police found her safe in a remote cabin. But first, the French government releasing new information this afternoon about the man who opened fire on police, killing one officer. More on his troubled past coming up next. And as we go to break, we continue to follow breaking news out of Livonia, where a second doctor has been arrested and accused of participating in the female genital mutilation of girls. This is Dr. Fakhruddin Attar and his wife. They were both taken into custody this morning, and they're expected to be arraigned in federal court at 1 p.m. We'll be there. We'll have updates for you all afternoon on ClickOnDetroit.com, along with a live report coming up on Local 4 News first at 4.
Our client.
Welcome back. We are learning more this afternoon about this deadly attack near a popular Paris attraction. A French Interior Ministry spokesperson says the gunman behind the shootout that killed a police officer and injured 2 others in central Paris was French and had a long criminal record. Richard Engel reports.
This morning, police are hunting for more suspects and searching for clues in a Paris suburb. France once again was hit by a terrorist attack, this time on Paris's most famous street, the Champs-Élysées. The attackers may not have acted alone.
Just the 3 guys come down in an Audi car and shoot the police and kill one of the police, and one is injured.
Investigators are focusing on this car, believed to have been used in the attack. Last night, tourists and locals were fleeing for their lives.
We were actually 10 feet from the shooter. We saw the shooter get out of the car. He had a gun. He started popping off rounds like this.
The attacker, using a Kalashnikov assault rifle, killed one police officer and critically injured 2 others until he was shot dead by return fire. In Indonesia this morning, Vice President Pence condemned the violence.
This is just the latest reminder that terrorism can strike anywhere, at any time.
French security forces here are on high alert, fearing just that possibility. President Trump tweeted on this morning, writing, "Another terrorist attack in Paris. The French people will not take much more of this. This will have a big effect on the French election." That election scheduled to take place here in France on Sunday. Richard Engel, NBC News, Paris.
So 6 weeks after she was abducted by her teacher in Tennessee, a teenage student will finally return home to her family. 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas was kidnapped by 50-year-old Tad Cummins back on March 13th. And yesterday, it was a tip that led authorities to this small, remote cabin in Northern California where the two had apparently been hiding out. Cummins was arrested and Thomas appeared to be in good condition. Her family says that they're just happy to have their daughter back.
We're going to have to figure out what kind of state of mind she's in, of course, and probably get her some help. It may be a long road, but, you know, at least we got her back now.
Cummins is expected in court today on charges of crossing state lines illegally and aggravated kidnapping. A teacher in New Mexico now under fire because of her controversial bathroom passes. It was on Thursday morning, math teacher Donna Carvey handed out these bathroom passes to students, and they say, "Don't get confused," right there at the top in bold. Girls and boys on each side. That was what was written on the passes. Some students took it as a jab at gender identity issues and believe that their teacher should be held accountable for offending some of those students. The school district spokesperson says that the passes are simply unacceptable and inappropriate, but she doesn't think that the teacher meant any harm by it.
New at noon.
Well, as we head into the weekend, there are several new releases looking to take the #1 spot away from the fate of the Furious movie. We've got a look at your weekend box office coming up. Paul?
Well, it's Friday, and you know what that means. The weekend is almost here, and I'll bet you have stuff to do. I have stuff to do, and I'm sure you do too. Well, the forecast, I think, is going to put a smile on your face. I'll have all the details just ahead.
If you've ever wondered what determination and endurance looks like, I want you to meet Carly Shore, a U.S. Olympian taking 6th place in snowboarding at Sochi. But the road to Sochi was not an easy one, with hurdles and obstacles in her way, and a lot of them were because she's from Milford.
I really had to prove myself, and I think that helped me. Like, it gave me such a fire, and I knew I could do it.
A look at what this 22-year-old had to do to make sure she could become a U.S. Olympian. And now her sights are set on the 2018 Olympics. That's tonight on Local 4 News at 11.
Spring is...
All right, Paul Gross in, and we are all ears, Paul. Take it away.
Yeah, well, we have a weekend. Oh, no, you and I, we've been just talking during the commercial break. We are professionals when it comes to weekends, you and I. We don't mess around.
Wait, I think in different ways. Probably.
Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but well.
You know what I mean by that?
Well, you know, really, it's gonna be nice this weekend for whatever you have planned. I mean, it's not swimming weather. Okay, let's not go that far. But you know what? We need dry. We need some sun. We need the wind to settle down, and I think we'll have all of that. So let's talk about what's going on, first of all, with current temperatures. We'll start in the north where our coolest numbers are right now, and you can see a lot of 40s still up there. 47 at Lapeer right now. Marlette's at 46. 52, though, in Port Huron. A little recovery there. Macomb Township at 53. Pine Neck at 49. Brighton, you're at 49 degrees. Livonia, though, 52. Same thing over in Ferndale. And then as we head further south, temperatures not too far off the mark of what we just showed you. Metro, the official number is 50, 49 over in Dundee. And Manchester, you're at 48 degrees. So as far as cloud cover is concerned, if you were watching the top of the show and I showed you that high-resolution satellite, you see the difference here. That new satellite's going to just revolutionize what we can show you here. Now, there are a couple of sprinkles, perhaps, that are coming across parts of Sand Lake and St. Clair County. This is not going to be very consequential, and through the afternoon, it's really going to be mostly just clouds with breaks in the overcast, and there's really not a whole lot to worry about, except that it is breezy. Now, you can see the swirl here. This is that big storm, and the front itself is well off to the east, and just cool air is just kind of funneling in behind it. Now, there is a storm to the south. This will not directly affect us, but it could have a small impact tomorrow. I'll show you that now. Let's start with the noon hour. You can see the clouds that I just showed you, and you can see how the clouds just kind of start to gradually erode as that low pulls away and takes the moisture with it. This high will be driving on in, especially for Sunday, but notice as that storm passes well to our south, it's not even on the map in terms of the low, some of that cloud cover may just kind of lap across the border a little bit tomorrow, but don't worry, it's not going to do anything to us. The clouds won't leak, and then the high comes right over us on Sunday. Lots of sunshine, light wind, temps in the 60s. Oh gosh, you're going to get out and work in the garden. There's all sorts of stuff to do. And this cold front will not affect us. It's going to stay up north and just kind of go back, actually, and then we're going to enjoy more sunshine for the day on Monday. So today, a lot like this. Mostly cloudy skies with some breaks here and there, about 54 degrees. So we're just going to creep up incrementally, and it's going to be a breezy day. Now tonight, clouds gradually break up. That's good news. There's a meteor shower I'll tell you about in a few minutes, but clouds gradually breaking up tonight. 40 or so for the low, maybe upper 30s in the outlying areas. And then on the 7-day forecast, mid to upper 50s tomorrow, low to mid 60s on Sunday. Monday, mid-60s, and then we're going to warm up. Hey, book stock starts Sunday. Beautiful day for that. And I'll tell you what, Everett, by the end of next week, we could actually be in the upper 70s to near 80.
Oh, man, that would be incredible. Paul, thank you. We'll be checking back in with you in just a little bit as well. This weekend, Oscar-winning actress Brie Larson stars in as an illegal arms dealer surrounded by gun-happy men. Here's your box office preview.
As gorgeous as ever. Well, you've put on a bit of weight.
Brie Larson has an itchy trigger finger in Free Fire. The stylized gunplay introduces Cillian Murphy's Irish Republican Army thugs to a shifty South African gunrunner. Larson and Army Hammer are the brokers, but when the deal goes wrong, there's nothing they can do but grab a gun and hope to be the last one standing. Free Fire is rated R.
I only had David and Lily. You took everything away from me.
Katherine Heigl has a fatal attraction in Unforgettable. She's a jealous ex-wife replaced by new girl Rosario Dawson. But when Heigl's actions move beyond mere threats, Dawson draws on her own troubled past to put a stop to the crazy ex. Unforgettable is rated R.
A toast to old friends and you.
Love is a battlefield in The Promise. Oscar Isaac is one point of a love triangle, studying to become a doctor. He's got a crush on Christian Bale's girlfriend, fellow Armenian Charlotte Leban. But when the Ottoman Empire begins to crumble, the three join forces to escape the war. The Promise is rated PG-13. It's absolute pandemonium in Born in China. This Disney nature film ventures into the wilds of China. John Krasinski narrates the hidden hijinks of three animal families trying to survive some of the harshest terrain on Earth. Born in China is rated G. And that certainly looks like a good one. A lot of good movies to go and see this weekend. It is 12:22, and you're going to want to look up in the sky this weekend. Up next, we're going to let Paul Gross tell you when you can look up and might see a meteor shower. That and more when we come back. Replay song. All right, finally here at noon, everybody, there's a meteor shower that will brighten parts of the Michigan sky this weekend. What do we need to know to see this?
Well, it is tonight, and the best time to look is between midnight and dawn. So if you're out real late or if you're up real early, that's the time you want to look. And we obviously need to get these clouds to clear out, so that's the one wild card here. But as long as they do, you want to basically face north but look kind of straight up, maybe a little bit toward north from straight up. And this is not one of the biggest ones. It's called the Lyrid meteor shower. It happens every year, and it's about 10 to 20 meteors per hour. And the reason we get these things is the Earth is flying through the old debris tail of a comet that went by a long time ago. And each of those meteors, you know, those shooting stars you see, Everett?
Yeah.
This is what blows people away. Each one of those is really the size of a grape nut cereal nugget.
Are you serious?
Burns up in the atmosphere, yep.
You're so full of knowledge. So we'll definitely be checking that out tonight. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you back here later today for Local 4 News First and 4 with Karen Drew.